Hey guys, so you're probably going to be really familiar with this deck by the end of the summer. I am using it as my cooking station. Today I need to change out the oil in the water pump and get it set up. I keep stalling on it. It always seems like a bigger project than it ends up being in the end. I do have everything straightforward, set up, ready to go. But at the beginning of the year I need to blow some of the junk that's come into it in the winter. Sometimes we get a mouse in there that builds a nest. Sometimes it's just residue from watering from the last year, but I need to blow it out. I need to change the oil. I need to go get gas. And so it's an all day, at least one day project, and I have a tendency to just put it off. But today I'm going to get it done, at least started. And first I'm going to go change the oil in the pump. So here we go. Alright, so I'd had my pump covered in the winter so that I wouldn't have a lot of water getting into the what's it called? The thing that brings air in. You don't want water getting in there, and you don't want water in your gas tank, you just don't want water in it. But the container that I had used for that blew off and filled with water anyway. So I need to get back here with the weed whacker and make some of my job a little bit easier. But for right now, I just really need to get that oil changed. These will cut your polytubing. The hose that I'm using is 1 inch, so the clips that I'm going to make are 1 1/4 inch. So this is why I have the snap clamps. It's because if you don't have something on there to regulate the pressure, it turns into a sprinkler. And what I need it to do is stay down in the swale. If it doesn't stay in the swale, then instead it waters the sides of the swales and the grass grows instead of the mint and the willows and the comfrey and the strawberries and the chicory and everything like that. And the nice thing is that eventually this, even though I'm having to kind of baby it right now, eventually it will just become a habitat, which means that this comfrey will of course do best in the space where it has the most food and water. However, it will become so strong in that space that it can spread out to spaces that are less ideal. I have things like cherry pits. Can you see it? Every time we have fruit that needs to have a pit disposed of, we bring it out to the swale. And so even though I don't know when anything will start to take off, eventually we'll have good enough soil in this space from the comfrey and everything else that anything we put in here will give us a perennial spot. Alright, come on. And see, this is plugged, so I have to come out and kind of baby it a little bit. There we go. Everybody's doing a little better.
Æbleskiver. Æbleskiver. A traditional Danish treat for the Christmas holidays is æbleskiver. Don't forget to serve it with gløgg. For æbleskiver, you need a special pan. An æbleskiver pan, which can be found and ordered online.
The great big silly name.
For æbleskiver that serves 4 to 6 people, you'll need 3 eggs.
Factory. All right, Kai, your turn.
Dear kind Heavenly Father.
So we just cleaned up all of our wood refuse, and we have put it into the new hugelkultur. So we're ready to start that. The air crate bed is doing well. We're trying to figure out how to keep it watered. The other watering system turned out to have liquid smoke in it. The barrel had a spot somewhere where it was hidden, and there ended up being liquid smoke in the water, so we had to pull that out. So now we don't know if it worked or not, because we had a ton of rain, and so we didn't know what was watering it. Was it the barrel or was it the rain? This is one of the dolings, and we just did some tree trimmings. We just took down some hybrid poplar, so everybody has quite a bit of roughage to get through. And all of the fruit trees are doing really well this year because it hasn't been as much of a freezing spring. It's been a very wet spring. We've had rain up to 3 times a day for a couple hours at a time. So everything is super, super green. Got the watering system all set up. Have to wait for the renter to come home so that he can switch. Oh, and we got baby birds. I can't see what they can see. You'll have to tell me. That's the basket the girls made for the birds.
Yeah,
These are baby robins. This is the runt, this is the oldest.
Can they see? Because I can't see the camera.
Yes. They are super cute, but they can't see the runt. He hasn't been eating very much, but today he just barely ate a cricket. A big black cricket. So, and I've been feeding him a whole bunch of grub and other insects. So, if you nudge them, they will eat. So, it's pretty fun raising baby birds, but you lose a lot of sleep.
And you get to do a lot of chores, so Mom will go buy you earthworms, huh?
Yeah. So, we found a whole bunch of night crawlers, but Mom went and bought some night crawlers at the grocery store. This one's covered in dirt. I think I might need to put a little water in.